Hello and welcome to Segments with Mark and Amber. Segments is a multi-segmented comedy, entertainment, and news podcast where in each episode, Amber and I will enter the Segments pub, grab a beverage, and compete head-to-head in a classic game of pub trivia. This is Season 2, Episode 10. My name is Mark, and with me, as always, is the Zaboomafoo of pub trivia. It's Amber.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Whoa!
Is that what the Boomafoo does?
Yeah, I guess. I guess that's what they do. Amber, you remember Zaboomafoo? It was
I do.
a PBS show.
Yes, he was part of the Kratt Brothers that did nature-y shows.
And you probably watched a lot of Zaboomafoo with the kids back in the day.
Yeah, there was a while we only had PBS.
And that's going to give you a real leg up, I bet.
Yeah. With this, have we even said?
Well, we're saying it now.
Smooth. This week's trivia theme is science and nature.
Which is right up our alley.
We live in it.
We live in science and nature.
We do.
Well, maybe.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys.
Here's the format of the show. Segments Pub Trivia consists of 10 rounds with 10 questions in each round. Each episode will be one round. The player with the most points wins that round. The winner of the most rounds after 10 rounds will be crowned the Segments Pub Trivia champion. Something I'd like to add here is that we're on round 9.
Yeah, but this is Season 2, Episode 10.
Yeah, it's real tricky.
We did one kind of welcome back post-pandemic.
Yes.
Well, back from our pandemic break.
Mid-pandemic.
Mid-pandemic episode to catch everybody back up. But yeah, so it's this one and next one. And stop it. It's this episode and next episode. And if I'm correct, I need to win one. Do I need to win 2?
Well, currently it's 4-1.
What? No, that can't be.
Yeah, because last time you said you would have to win the remaining 3 rounds.
Okay. It's 4-1. And so you're saying that I can't win? Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, son of a gun.
Mm-hmm.
There's those ties. Didn't help us. It didn't help me.
Yeah, I was thinking the ties would just keep your odds the same, but I guess it didn't.
Because we have less games to play.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I still have a little bit of pride to try to win. I'll do the best I can. And, it's okay that my wife is smarter than me. I don't have an identity complex. Obviously.
Well, I have known the answer to 6 questions here that you didn't know, but that doesn't mean I'm smarter than you. In those particular areas.
Yeah, well, okay.
At the end of each trivia episode, we're going to ask a question to the listeners. Each correct answer will be placed in a hat for the opportunity to win an exciting prize at the end of Season 2.
And that
Fast
is
approaching.
Coming right up.
Yes.
Jinx.
We do want to thank laughgaff.com for the trivia questions. And we want you to stick around because after the trivia, we'll have Mark and Amber's What's Making Me Happy segment.
I still think it's hilarious that is in the rundown, like as if people are like, I'm going to press through the trivia, but because I want to know what's making Mark and Amber happy.
Well,
that seems foolish to me, but I probably say that every week, so
I'm going to hold on to the hope that people do care.
I think they care somewhat.
And a presumed listener favorite segment, What Makes You Click?
Yes, that is coming up, and I'm very excited once again. As always, if you want to contact us or leave feedback, you can. You can go to Facebook at SegmentsCast or Instagram at SegmentsCast or Twitter at SegmentsCast. Or you can send us an email at segmentscast@gmail.com.
You did that on purpose.
I did do that.
I have it written all nice and concise.
So we're everywhere at SegmentsCast.
Yes.
Okay. And it'd be nice if Amber would, post a little bit more regularly.
Yeah, it really would.
It'd be nice. So, segment 1, feedback. Well, Amber, we got some great feedback here, and we're going to start with our great friend. We should if there's a top tier friend of the show, like Brian, gold tier member Brian. He said, I think Amber threw the spot question to give Mark a fighting chance to wear the hat. Correct. Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous that Amber did not get that question right. It has been a shame for her for whenever it was that we recorded that last one.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I honestly, in my mind, I was just trying to decide between Kirk and Picard. Mm-hmm. Spock never even crossed my mind.
Well,
I
guess
got too full of myself.
You definitely did. So,
what? So, what tier would Laura be?
Copper.
Okay, she hasn't commented on every.
Yeah, I'm just
everything.
kidding. I wouldn't. I'll edit that out. Laura is. I mean, she's probably gold.
Okay,
she's probably right up there.
Gold
I mean,
tier.
her and Brian. I mean,
pretty regular commenters.
Yeah, very regular.
Yeah.
You know who's not gold? My mom, Silver.
Yeah, you're right. She does not comment. Okay. So Laura says, have you considered creating your own soundboard with instruments, tools, or gadgets and dollar store items? Kind of like, what do you call those special effects?
Oh, Foley artist?
Foley artist. There you go. We could have thunder with like a cookie sheet.
You know, Josh isn't working right now. He could probably be our
Just
Foley
stand
artist.
off to the side and do these things. Josh, I'm walking out of the room.
My favorite is when they like punch spaghetti. Just splat, splat.
Really? Oh, wet spaghetti.
Yeah, wet
I was
spaghetti.
thinking dry. What side effect is that?
That's the breaking bones side of sound effect. Oh man, that's a good one.
I did. She's got more of a comment here in a second, but I did find a free sound effects app, and I was so excited because I wanted to have that air horn. Burr, burr, burr. What? It's not really what it sounds like, but the only air horn they have is. It's probably really quiet.
Yeah, it didn't even register on the. Oh my gosh, that broke Amber.
Where's my-
That's better.
It's like a car horn. That's not an air. I don't understand.
I'll amplify it in post-production.
It's so short. Okay.
Yeah, what you want is a sound effect of that guy from Superstore doing wah, wah, wah.
Yes, I do want that.
He is the best. Bo from Superstore.
Yes, that's what I want. Exactly. Okay. Laura also said, I'm still recovering from Amber not knowing who said live long and prosper.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a big, you can tell the fans, the Gold Tier fans were real worked up about this.
Gold tier.
Amber was correct about the Tom Hanks movie with the bookstore. It was You've Got Mail.
Okay.
I'd also like to comment on my choice of Qui-Gon Jinn as the best Jedi. He was noble, kind, and brave. He treated everyone from the youngest to the most important with dignity. He was brave enough to go against the leaders when he knew something wasn't right or was right. Mm-hmm. He was also handsome. Mm-hmm. The fact that he played Aslan didn't enter into my choice, but it was as if my two worlds collided when he did.
Nice. Yes. I was thinking about editing out that the sexy Qui-Gon stuff, but I thought it was so fun.
Why would you for our rating?
Our rating.
Our explicit rating?
I just feel like in China they really crack down on that kind of stuff with explicit tags and stuff. So
wow.
How many listeners do you think we have in China?
None.
Mm-hmm. That's why I left it in. So
that's why you left it in.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. Qui-Gon Jinn was a great Jedi.
He was.
Was he the best Jedi? That would be a really fun. Let's rate Jedis.
Yeah, maybe we can
do
that
that
when
at the
we're
beginning
done
of
with
season 3.
Okay, that's a great
Rate
one.
the
Inspired
Jedis.
by Laura.
Mm-hmm. Segment 2, Pub Trivia.
For all those listeners that just tuned in for trivia, don't care about any of our shenanigans, but
Exactly.
made it through.
They pushed through that ridiculous
intro.
Yes. So, but here we have round 9, Science and Nature, as you already mentioned. And they say your knowledge of the natural world and general science are put to the test with this round of our fun trivia game. Nice sound effect.
Did that one show up?
Yeah. So I should get you a cable that plugs your phone directly into the soundboard.
I don't know if you want to give me that kind of power
Well,
with my sound effects.
I definitely don't, but I will, because you are you're a co-host. We're equals here.
Mhm.
We're equals here. I'm the producer.
Thank you.
I believe that pastoring for so long in Vandalia is probably going to give us a real leg up on the nature side of
Oh,
this.
you're right. A lot of nature.
A lot of nature down there. Okay, are you ready, Amber? Mm-hmm.
We like to share our beverage of choice because we're doing the pub trivia.
Amber reminded me that we like to do that.
So my beverage of choice today, I'm going to try something brand new. It's from Two Chicks. It's Sparkling Paloma, which is apparently tequila and grapefruit. A tequila grapefruit cocktail. It's in a little tall can here.
Okay. All right. Amber's taking a sip.
It's like a margarita with grapefruit.
Okay.
It's not bad.
All right. Amber tries a variety of these kind of flavored, I don't even know what to call them, alcoholic drinks. And she
Yeah.
always hopes that there's a great one out there.
Yeah.
But whatever.
They usually don't live up to my expectation.
And what Amber purchased for me was from the Boulevard Brewing Company. This is their Space Commander. Oh, no. Excuse me. It's their Space Camper Cosmic IPA.
Space camper. Like
Space Camper.
You've gone to space camp. You're
I've
the
gone-
space camper.
I guess. This says it has a juicy hop blast.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
Blasting off.
Oh, yeah. That's really good.
Okay,
Just a
good.
nice kind of light IPA. So, great. Awesome. Well, now we've got our beverages, and now we can begin. Now are you ready, Amber?
I'm so ready.
Okay. Question number 1. Hg is the chemical symbol for which element? Oh.
I know, right?
No, that's not it.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. I said silver.
Oh, that's interesting. Went totally away. So I made one up. I said Hagium.
Hagridium.
Yeah. I forgot that it could be nothing that starts with H.
The answer, mercury.
Oh, man, you were closer.
I was closer.
Because silver, I think, is like AG or something. It's not the letters you would think. At first, I was going to do hydrogen.
Hydrogen, but that's just H, right?
That's our H2O. That's one of the only ones we know.
Exactly. So we both missed that one. Good, good, good. Okay. Question number 2. In Fahrenheit, at what temperature does water freeze? At what temperature does water freeze? I said 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's also what I said. Maybe that would be harder for people who don't have Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it is 32 degrees.
It's nice. The Celsius people, I think they just get 0.
Yeah. I wonder maybe like places like Florida where they don't have temperatures
Oh,
very
good
often.
point.
and
Nothing
maybe
ever
they don't-
freezes.
They don't care.
Yeah,
They just turn their freezer up.
good point.
Number 3, question number 3. Which of the planets is closest to the sun? Which of the planets is closest to the sun? You remember your,
Mnemonic device, there was something like that.
there probably was.
Acronym.
I said Mercury.
I did too. I was going to say that or Venus, and I thought Mercury's hot.
So hot right now. It is Mercury.
Mercury's so hot right now.
All right, well, we both got that one
Okay.
right, so that didn't get me ahead of anything, but whatever. Okay, here is another chemical symbol.
Man.
What's the chemical symbol of iron? Iron. I don't think it's what I think it is, or what I want it to be.
Okay.
I wrote FG.
I wrote FE. I'm a little bit more confident about this one, but not
FE.
Oh, man.
I was just a couple letters off on that second one.
One letter.
No, EFG.
Oh, in the alphabet.
No. I see. We were just talking about different things.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So far, Vandalia has not come in that handy.
We don't talk about chemical symbols at all down there.
No.
Okie doke. Question number 5. The adjective cutaneous relates to which part of the human body? I said nails, fingers and toes.
Oh, okay. I said surface of skin.
Oh, that's really good. I don't know.
I don't know if I've ever heard cutaneous, but I have heard subcutaneous.
Oh, it's the skin. Amber. I was thinking like cuticles.
Yes, absolutely.
But
That
I
makes
guess
sense.
that's skin. I guess that's skin.
Is it?
Probably.
Well, cuticle is, the nail bed. I don't know what that is.
Okay,
Who could know?
Amber is crushing. All right, question number 6. The only known monotremes in the animal kingdom are the echidna and which other creature? Monotremes. Mono means one. Tremes means extreme, like out there. No, I don't know.
I can picture an echidna.
Okay. I said hedgehog.
Me too.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, are we smart?
Probably. The platypus.
Aw.
We're not smart.
The platypus is a weird one.
It's definitely one of the monotremes.
Does that mean it's a mammal that lays eggs?
I don't know.
Who could know?
Nobody knows. One of a kind? Monotreme? One of a kind?
Maybe.
All right, I'll Google it.
Thank you.
The monotremes are a group of highly specialized egg-laying predatory mammals containing the platypus and the echidna.
Wow.
There you go.
So the hedgehog looks a lot like an echidna. I mean, not exactly, but similar. Real similar.
It's got this kind of that
He just
spikiness.
doesn't lay eggs.
Yeah. Well, we learned something here. Okay, question number 7. In mathematics, what term describes the bottom number of a fraction? The denominator.
I said it too, but I don't think I spelled it right.
Oh.
Denominator.
I think there's an I in there.
I think so
but
too.
Yeah, that's good though. That counts. It's not a spelling quiz.
'Cause I know you got to always find the common denominator.
Common denominator. That's right. You know what the top one is?
Numerator?
Correct. Denominator. I had to check the answer. Number 8. In physics, what type of light is UV? I don't know what that means.
I don't want to know what the letters UV stand for, probably.
What type of light is UV? I don't know. I said invisible light.
Oh, I said ultraviolet, but it seems like that would be a silly thing to ask.
Amber, you're right. It's ultraviolet.
So they're just
meant,
asking
what
what
does that
does
mean?
UV stand for?
I knew what that meant.
Yeah, I know.
I just didn't
Everybody
understand
would.
the question.
Weird.
What type of light is UV? Ultraviolet light. Okay, well, I get it now. You got it, though.
Okay.
Number 9. What hormone allows the cells in your body to absorb sugar from your blood?
A hormone.
I'm a theologian, not a scientist.
Man. I guess.
Hormone allows the cells in your body to absorb sugar.
I wrote something that's probably not a hormone.
I wrote a word.
Me too.
I said cortisol.
Okay. I said insulin.
Oh, that's way better, Amber. I think you did it right. Insulin.
Okay.
Amber.
I never knew that was a hormone. I thought it was something you just give yourself
crushing
when
it.
you have diabetes, but
Woo! Okay, here we go. Last question, number 10. Fissures, vents, and plugs are all associated with which geological feature? Okay. I said volcanoes.
me too. I wonder if it's like geyser or...
It's volcanoes.
It is volcanoes.
Okay. Amber, what are you Googling here? Oh, you're just on your phone.
That one was called Game Over. I thought it would be cooler than that.
That was pretty cool. Amber, what was the total score on that game?
I got 8.
Uh-huh.
And you got 4.
Dang. Amber.
4 to
She
8.
knows her science and nature.
Flushed you away.
That's so rude.
Oh, man. So,
Good job, Amber.
I didn't know I was so good at science.
Who did? You
I am
crushed
the
it.
Boomafoo. Hoo-hoo-hoo.
Segment 3. What makes you click? Amber, coming off that crushing defeat, I'm going to pull myself together and bring some news stories that I think are pretty interesting. And most of these were cultivated from my Google News feed.
Okay.
Some of them I just found in other places.
Okay.
Okay. So this first one comes from, it didn't have an author, but it comes from the BBC, bbc.com. And straight out of Taiwan, dozens change name to salmon to get sushi deal. Dozens of people in Taiwan have changed their names to salmon to take advantage of a restaurant's sushi promotion deal. Officials have issued a plea asking people to stop visiting government offices to request the name change, according to local media. The restaurant offered an all-you-can-eat sushi meal to anyone with the name Guiyu, or salmon, on their ID card. Unimpressed officials said the rush was wasting government time. The offer began on Tuesday when sushi restaurant chain Akindo Sushiro said anyone with the Chinese characters in their name could get free food for themselves and 5 friends. This led to dozens of people requesting a name change.
Like forever for the rest of their lives? It sounds like a single meal.
It's an official, they have officially, with the government, changed their name.
Yeah. And for one meal.
For one free all-you-can-eat meal for themselves and 5 friends.
Okay.
So that could be a lot of sushi.
Several $100 sushi, I would imagine.
Yeah.
$1,000 at a fancy restaurant.
The Taipei Times reported, adding that applicants pay around $3 for a new ID card and a registration certificate. So not very expensive.
How much do they pay for the sushi?
That is actually in here. Let's see here. Okay. 2 others managed to eat around $460 worth of sushi in one go and posted online, "I do not think we will want to eat salmon again for a while."
Oh, gross.
$460 worth of sushi.
And one of them at the table has a new name of salmon.
Their name is Guiyo.
And they don't even ever want to eat it again. Oh, my word. What?
It led to dozens.
We're doing it for the gram or the TikTok.
According to the newspaper, one student in Taichung said she had changed her name to Kuo Salmon Rice Bowl, but planned to change it back the next day.
Which is also going to tie up that public office.
Other salmon-themed names include Salmon Prince, Meteor Salmon King,
Nice.
and Salmon Fried Rice.
Okay.
Deputy Interior Minister Chen Xiang-Yan said the name changing was wasting time and creating unnecessary paperwork. "I hope everyone can be more rational about it," he said.
Wow.
Oh, and they also issued a reminder that names can only be changed legally 3 times.
Oh, wow. You're running out of times.
Yeah, and so...
I mean, I will...
And
But
so-
what if you get married more than once and you've already used 2 of your name changes for salmon bowls?
And then... Well, you still have one left.
So you get married, you can change it, but then what if you get married again? You're stuck.
So you're just counting on people getting divorced. Real nice, Amber. Real hopeful.
Do you remember when Phoebe and Mike changed their names in Friends?
I do not.
They were going to get married, and so she was going to change her last name, and she didn't know she could change her first name, too. So she changed her name to Princess Consuela Banana Hammock. And so then Mike, to prove, that was Paul Rudd, to prove that that was ridiculous, changed his name to Crap Bag. And Phoebe tried to act like that was fine, but then she came around to, let's get our old names back.
Gotcha.
So I think Taiwan could avoid this if
Taiwan.
they didn't print same-day IDs. Because you have to wait a while to get a new driver's license here in the U.S. I mean, maybe you got your paper stapled to your license and the sushi place would take that.
Yeah.
Because it would be a long process to wait for the name change for both.
Yeah, and what if your name change came after the promotion ended?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, this wouldn't tempt me. I'm not a sushi fan. But it makes you think, Amber, what restaurant would be so enticing that you would change your name?
Not a single one?
Wow. Not a
Nope.
single one.
Nope. I've heard of people are getting tattoos for something, like a taco, so you can get a free taco. But that's even like a free taco every week for your life or something like that.
Yeah, this is one meal. That's not great.
No.
Wonder if there are actually people named Guiyo or Guiyu.
Like they
that-
were just trying to find it, like like Santa eats free today, that kind of thing.
That kind of thing. I might, what would I do? Maybe, no, probably nothing, but I really like Culver's.
Oh my gosh.
And would I get like Culver's tattooed on my arm? Probably not.
Would you change your name to Butterburger? Butterburger Morris.
Can you change just your middle name?
There you go.
Could I be like Mark Butterburger Morris? Okay, Amber. News story. That was, obviously that was the headliner.
Oh, well, obviously.
So, second story for tonight is that this, I didn't even write where this came from, so I apologize about that.
Okay.
Woman complains about passive-aggressive note, but not everyone is on her side. This comes from the mirror.uk. I remember it.
Okay, you got a lot of British news.
The mirror.co.uk. If you want concrete proof that no good deed ever goes unpunished, then one worker's gesture to a customer could probably be it. The employee's efforts to alert the woman that her lashes were wonky didn't go down well, as the woman complained on social media that it was passive-aggressive.
What?
Dividing the internet, the woman shared the note on TikTok, which she received after picking up a takeaway order. Her video of the moment she received the note has been viewed more than 60,000 times since it was shared on TikTok. In the caption, she said, "Happy anniversary to the time an employee utilized a passive-aggressive Post-it note to inform me of my wonky eyelash. Thank you, I think." The woman shared the note on TikTok, which said, "Your right eyelashes are coming off." The woman, whose right eyelash is apparently falling off, can be heard snorting as she zooms in on the note. Her view sparked a debate as people defended the employee who wrote the note warning the woman. Another said, "What a real one. Oh my God." A third added, "They might have been a little bit awkward and afraid to tell you." Luckily, the woman appeared to reconsider her original stance as she replied, "I'm sure that was the case. Nonetheless, it made for a good laugh at my own expense. I took the lashes off entirely after that one."
So, yeah, it's the fake lashes. So, I feel like passive-aggressive that's certainly not what was happening.
Correct.
Yeah, that makes me wonder. Like, I do try to let somebody know. I don't know about a stranger, but, like, if they've got lipstick on their teeth or something like that.
Or you got a piece of spinach on your tooth or something.
Because I just feel like they would rather know. And so they probably thought, like, I'm not going to say anything out loud that might embarrass her, but if she's going someplace else next, she might want to know.
Yeah.
Seems like you would feel it, right? Your eyelash coming off?
I've never had fake eyelashes.
Me neither. But I feel like when I have just a loose eyelash, that's irritating.
Yeah, so it seems like you and I are both under the opinion that this was a good deed that was that this lady used to get TikTok fame.
Yeah, good on her.
Good on her, I guess. So, would you have done that at Little Caesar? Stuck a little Post-it note stuck it in the pizza box, and said, "Hey, you got lipstick on your teeth."
Probably not.
Probably not. What if it looked like she was on a first date with somebody? It was their.
Yeah, maybe. Or I would have tried to say something quiet to the side. Yeah.
Or maybe like, "Oh, it's not a good place to." Little
Somebody's
Caesar's
like,
not
"I'm
a
going
good
to
place to
quickly
come.
get my slice so I can head off to my job interview." And I might have said something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If people led with those kind of All right, Amber,
Okay.
this one's for me.
Oh.
This one's for me. I mentioned this to you the other day. Fortnite players think The Rock is secretly playing a character named The Foundation.
Ooh, I found this exciting, too.
And so, as longtime listeners, especially Gold Tier listeners, know we are big fans of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. We'll watch pretty much anything that he is in. And this past week, Season 2, Chapter 6 of Fortnite kicked off. And you guys probably also know that Josh and I have been playing a lot of Fortnite over the pandemic times. And so one morning before work, I wanted to make sure that it was updated, and Amber was sitting there. We played the intro video for Season 2, Chapter 6, and there is a new character called The Foundation, and he did some stuff and yada, yada, yada. Well, later that day, The Rock posted an Instagram video, and he said, "This is a big day for a certain community." And then he said this. Oh, I don't have the whole quote.
Find it on your
So,
phone?
yeah, I can do this. On March 16th, he said, he goes on and on about the importance of March 16th to a quote-unquote certain culture. We don't know what exactly he's talking about, but that was the day that Fortnite Season 6 started, so that could be something. But what is actually really important is at the end of the video, Johnson references power and force of something called the Foundation, and which seems to make no sense. And then in addition to this idea of it's the 16th, he says the Foundation. Some astute watchers have also noticed that some of the etchings on the Foundation's armor bear a striking similarity to The Rock's kind of famous tattoos on his left torso.
I find this really fascinating because
His left chest.
Yeah, I recognized the voice. I just couldn't place it. I even tried to Google who voices the Foundation in Fortnite, but it was just a lot of videos about how to build a Foundation in Fortnite.
Cranking 90s is what Josh and I call it.
Okay. But I think this is very interesting. I mean, what else could he be talking about? I think if I would have heard his video and not known anything about Fortnite, I would just assume it was probably like a new workout coach or protein powder or something like that.
Absolutely, because I watched the video and he's totally in the gym, which I imagine he is pretty much constantly.
Yeah.
Okay, Amber, this one is for you. Katie Thurston's Bachelorette season, premiere date, and everything else we know. This is from our good friend Catherine J. Igo over at Marie Claire. You're familiar? You're familiar with Katie Thurston, Amber?
I am. I love Katie. I follow her on Instagram now.
Oh, is she on Instagram?
Mm-hmm. She's got lots of followers.
She's very popular. And Amber, who's Katie Thurston for our listeners who are unfamiliar?
She was a contestant on this last season of The Bachelor with Matt James, and she didn't make it too far. But she was.
She made it pretty far.
Yeah, that's true. Not to the final. She didn't get to go to hometowns or anything like that. But she was one who kind of called out some of the bullying in the house, and she got a little fallback for that. But with it being such a controversial season, I think that really helped her get some fame.
She was kind of a stable and positive force in a very controversial season. And so Catherine Igo says, it was a long, long Bachelor season with Matt James, complete with a ton of disappointing and revelatory off-screen drama. But in recent news that's being called the big reset of the franchise, there will be 2 Bachelorettes in 2021. The first one is going to be Katie Thurston, and the second one, later in 2021, is going to be Michelle Young. And Michelle Young made it to the final 2 before James eliminated her.
Yes, I really like her too. I'm not sure about the franchise's idea to do 2 seasons. I feel like it could just drive it into the ground. People are going to be like, I am tired of this.
Yeah, and here's the thing. According to this article, Amber, is that they are filming Katie Thurston's season pretty much now. They're getting started. And they're going to be filming the other one starting in July.
Oh.
But guess what they're filming in June?
Bachelor in Paradise.
Bachelor in Paradise. In between. So that means we are going to be inundated with... Now, I've never watched Bachelor in Paradise. I probably will not.
I've tried twice, and I haven't made it through the season. There's too much going on. I don't know. It doesn't catch my interest like the Bachelor, although my favorite podcast recap does not recap Bachelor in Paradise, so that might be part of it too. But my podcasters, they're really worried. They don't want to do all this. They're feeling tired, and I don't want them to stop, because that's one of the main reasons I listen watch is so I can listen to these podcasts. It brings me enjoyment for the whole entire week, but it might be too much for them.
Yeah, and it is a commitment. It's Monday night, every Monday night for 2 hours.
Yeah, and then every once in a while you get a 3-hour episode,
oh my gosh,
or 2 times in a week.
So I started watching this show, as Gold Tier members will know. I don't know, a couple of years ago with Amber. She's liked it for a long time, and it does kind of draw you in, kind of the the drama of it all. So it's kind of
clever
fun.
editing, yeah.
And we enjoy watching it together. But yeah, and so I don't know. I liked Katie. I think she'll be fun. I really liked Michelle, and I actually think she could do much better than The
Matt
Bachelor.
James, yes.
Well, for sure.
Much better than being on The Bachelor? Yeah.
She's smart. She's pretty. She's a teacher. She lives in Minneapolis. Like, she's got so much going on.
Grown up and ready to settle down, too. She could be one where they end up actually getting married and making it work.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just on there for Instagram fame, I think, even the main contestants.
She does not seem to be
Michelle seems more grounded, yeah.
So
Katie, I think, is there for that. She's got over 500,000 Instagram followers. I think she gained multiple hundreds of thousands.
That's crazy.
During the show.
So we will be watching them, and we'll see what happens, and we will keep all of our listeners posted.
Oh, man, yes.
Amber, Alaska woman attacked by bear while using outhouse.
Oh, my.
Anchorage, Alaska. An Alaska woman has the scare of a lifetime when using an outhouse in the backcountry, and she was attacked by a bear from below.
No! Oh, my gosh. What? No. Oh, my gosh.
I got out there and sat down on the toilet, and immediately something bit my butt right as I sat down.
Oh, my gosh.
Shannon Stephens told
Oh,
the
my
Associated
gosh.
Press. I jumped up and I screamed when it happened.
No kidding. Oh, my gosh. I cannot even. What?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I bet that was not a happy bear.
Well, later in the story, they say that there's this kind of way to get in the back, and maybe the bear was in there to kind of hibernate or something. They're way out.
Okay.
They're way out in the what do they call this? In the wilderness.
So
On their way to her brother's yurt, which is northwest of Haines, wherever that is. Her brother heard her screaming, and he found Shannon tending her wound. They at first thought she had been bitten by a squirrel or a mink or something small. Eric brought his headlamp with him to see what it was. I opened the toilet seat, and there's just a bare face just right there at the level of the toilet seat, just looking right back up through the hole right at me. I shut the lid as fast as I could.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
So it was bleeding, but it wasn't super bad, so they just bandaged it up and went on with their vacation.
Oh, Lordy. I guess if you're already the person who's going to vacation in the backwoods of Alaska.
Yeah, I love that story.
Wow. It's a whole nother spin on the old bear bottom.
I've heard of like snakes being in toilets, and that's pretty scary.
Oh, that's terrifying. Yes.
I've heard of a variety of things, but this is like a bear. And the story says that they think it was probably like a smaller black bear.
Wow.
So anyway, pretty exciting.
That is horrifying.
And finally, I have one more story, Amber, for this
let's
very
do it.
long segment. Coronation Street uses real couples as COVID kissing doubles.
What? What is... Okay.
When Tyrone and Alina stole a kiss on Friday's episode of Coronation Street, and I had to Google this, it's a British soap opera. This is from BBC, where I get all my big news.
I guess so.
Many viewers will have been rightly left wondering how they filmed it following social distancing guidelines. The answer, real-life kissing doubles.
What?
And so in Britain, the lockdowns are much more severe or stringent than they are here in the States. And so, but they're trying to continue filming Coronation Street. And so the double for the main character, whoever that is, doesn't matter, he had a wife whose hair is the same kind of style and color.
Okay.
And so, and it was this kind of dramatic, like, romantic scene that had to end with them kissing, but they can't because of the rules. And so they had this couple kind of stand in and do a little kiss.
So it was just one couple that had a stand-in that you're aware of.
That's all the story told me about.
All right. My first thought was that there was tons of kisses needed, and they just made all these random strangers quarantine, even though they didn't make the actors quarantine, and then they kissed each other. But this makes more sense, and I think that's probably a good way to do it.
I guess this story's not as interesting as I thought when I read it, but I thought it would capture your interest because it's a soap opera and it was kissing.
Yeah.
And I thought you would like those things.
Yep, I do.
Anyway, so that's why that was the last one, because it's not that great. But here's something, Amber. They used some smoke and mirrors to make it look like these people were kissing. And then they say this: when the characters Debbie and Kevin were trapped in a fridge, the actors were tested for COVID beforehand and were placed in a bubble for 3 days before filming.
So most of the time when they're filming, they're not worried about testing for COVID, and they're just keeping them far apart, I guess.
But there's apparently some times when, like, apparently at some point in the script, they're like, man, these guys they're actually trapped in a fridge together. And so how do we do that with social distancing? Because a fridge is not a normal fridge is not 3 feet.
Even if it's like a walk-in. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking I wasn't thinking about like a walk-in cooler. I was thinking like a Indiana Jones 4
right.
fridge.
That'd be real tight. Real tight.
Anywho.
That would definitely lead to some kissing. Wow, the kiss is longer than the air horn. Okay. Good stories.
Segment 4. What is making you happy right now? Amber, what's making you happy right now?
What's making me happy is I just saw right before we started recording that season 41 of Survivor is finally starting to film.
Praise the Lamb.
Woohoo!
Okay.
I miss it. I
Season
miss it
41.
so much. Normally we would have had probably 2 seasons in the time that we've missed.
Yeah. So is it the same place? They're doing it in the
Fiji.
same place, Fiji. I liked it when they bounced around.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't do that. It must be they have so much setup, so much infrastructure.
Well, I'm super glad.
Crazy island.
So they're going to be they're recording it now, so we should see it pretty soon in 2021 then, obviously.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's great
Yeah, I
news.
didn't see a start date yet, but the fact that they're starting to film is huge. It feels like everybody that commits to being there, the cast and the crew and stuff, they're kind of self-quarantined anyway.
I mean, you're on an island in the middle of Fiji.
So you just, you got to quarantine a couple weeks ahead of time, but then just go down there and be amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I feel like if you can do The Bachelor, you can certainly do Survivor.
Especially if they do the terrible thing where they send them all to the island as they get voted out instead of to Ponderosa. I hope they don't.
I know, that's
terrible.
lame. I don't like that.
But then there's not even contamination with anybody.
All right. Well, that's good. I'm glad that they're continuing to do that. I was afraid that they were just going to be like, we can't do it anymore in
Yeah, I
this
know.
pandemic times.
Yeah,
'Cause it's been so long.
it really has.
I don't think we had one in 2020 at all.
I don't think so. So, yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Does it
know.
normally start in January? No, it's normally.
Yeah, I think it's later than that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a much better, in my opinion. That's my favorite reality show.
I do think it is probably the most well done, the most competitive. There's you still get the social interaction. That's an important component. Like Big Brother, I really enjoy, obviously, but the social is more important than the competitive. Whereas Survivor has more of a balance. I
Yeah,
think.
you're much less likely to get somebody who just wants to gain Insta followers
Right.
go starve themselves.
Yeah, they're
on
not going to make
Survivor.
it.
Yeah.
If that's all they're there for. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. So awesome. Well, I'm excited about that.
Yes. Mark, what's making you happy?
Well, Amber, what's making me happy is that as of today, we are going to be starting grill season for 2021.
Grill season.
It is currently 66 degrees, according to Alexa. And I bought a new propane tank because last season I did a bad one. I did the bad one where I left the grill on for a day or two, and that just uses up all the propane.
It does.
And so I didn't want to buy one in the middle of winter, and so I just waited, and today was the day. I got it. We're going to be grilling up some burgers. We got some French fried onions. We've got some barbecue sauce and some cheddar cheese, and we're going to be doing it up right.
Little barbecue burgers.
Little barbecue burger
Some
with
tots.
with tots on the side. So
Oh, yeah.
very excited about that.
Me too.
Segment 5, Listener Question.
We like to end our trivia episodes with a question for the listeners. We get that question from Geek Out, which is a trivia game with geeky categories, and there are no specific answers. You just get to come up with your answers.
They know.
Okay.
So what was the question this week, Amber?
The question from round 8 was, name 6 sci-fi ship pilots.
Our first response was from friend of the show, Leah.
Yeah, she's maybe at a copper level right now, but she's skyrocketing.
She's skyrocketing
Reach
up.
for the gold, Leah.
She said, Pavel Chekhov from Star Trek First Gen. Luke Skywalker. Porkins. Nice.
Oh,
That's a really good one.
Cover me, Porkins. She put in there.
Biggs Darklighter. Well done, Leah. Anakin. Absolutely. My father was a great star pilot. That's what Anakin said. Or that's what Luke said.
Yeah.
And I would argue James Tiberius Kirk is a pilot, too. He piloted the NCC 1701 a few times in emergencies.
I think you're right.
Well,
I think we can count that.
Yeah, those are phenomenal pilots.
Excellent.
I'll give you 4 gold stars for those.
I like that she put in parentheses that Biggs was Luke's pilot friend who used to shoot Womp Rats with him back home, which she knows. Of course, we know that, but
Yes.
for the other
And
listeners.
For the other listeners.
Yes. Laura, gold tier Laura, she said Han Solo, Anakin, Tom Paris, who's from Star Trek Voyager, Sulu, Data, and Wash from Firefly.
I didn't know Data was a pilot.
Well, I think it's one of those situations where he's piloted as needed.
Gotcha.
We were talking about it, like it's hard to tell where exactly the pilot would sit on the
blurry line,
Star
so
Trek
that's good.
bridge.
Okay. Wash, definitely the Firefly pilot. Very, very, very good answers. Okay. I reached out to Brian to make sure that he responded, and did he ever? He said, well, the first 6 ship pilots that sticks... Oh, okay. What? Okay. I'm going to have to edit this. He said, well, the first 6... Oh,
I think it's
Sai.
Sai. Yeah.
He said, well, the first sci-fi ship pilot that sticks out in my mind is Hikaru Sulu from the most recent Star Trek reboot. His character is much more fleshed out than the previous versions, including the original one. Very good. Sulu is a great one. And then he said this. I love this. There's a movie called Battle Beyond the Stars from when I was a kid that was basically a sci-fi version of The Magnificent Seven. I need to watch this movie. It had several colorful spacecraft pilots. Shad is the main character, hires Gelt, an intergalactic assassin, the space cowboy who's from Earth, and Saint Xman, who is a Valkyrie, kind of like space Amazon warriors. This sounds amazing. They're also joined by a race of clones called Nestor in a large glowing ship, and Cayman, a lizard-like alien who is a criminal slave trader. The movie is old, but a lot of fun if you ever have time to watch it. Oh, it's free on Vudu. It is amazing. There is 6 right there. Nobody else even said the space cowboy, I don't think.
Pretty impressive.
Great job. Brian, thank you for your great response.
Yes. Friend Dorsey, she wanted to know if we were talking about pilots that would fly the ship or a pilot episode of a sci-fi show. So I clarified we were talking about flying the ship. So she said Wash and Sulu. And then Han Solo, Neo B of The Matrix, Star-Lord, that's a good one, Starbuck. Data probably counts. He mans the bridge alone at times. So that's kind of where my mom got her thing.
Nice.
And Karen just chimed in with Wash. Washburn, full name, from Firefly.
My good friend Jamie, he had some great responses. He said Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, good one.
Lewis from Meet the Robinsons. Never seen it. That could be a lie. I'm just going to believe him. George Jetson.
Yes.
Absolutely. He pilots that little space car right in the intro.
Yeah.
Captain Kirk, Chewbacca, and
Yeah.
Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, sure enough, they all do.
So I really like that he came up with Buzz Lightyear and Lewis and George Jetson.
I
Those seem
know.
like phenomenal, like
Yeah.
a little outside the box.
Yeah.
So I had a harder time, and so I just went with what I know.
Little Star Warsy.
I said Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Porkins, Biggs Darklighter, Wes Jansen, who was the other guy in the snowspeeder with Luke,
Okay.
and then Poe Dameron.
Oh, yeah, of course. Good one.
What about you, Amber?
Well, I didn't know everybody's name. I was trying to hurry up and write my answers down before I was spoiled by other people answering I didn't want to be swayed. So I did get Wash from Firefly. Then I said Deanna Troi from Star Trek The Next Generation because one time she was allowed to drive the Enterprise and she promptly crashed it into Earth, I believe. She crashed it into a planet. And then they made jokes about the one time she was allowed to drive.
I don't know if that makes her a pilot.
Well, we clarified last time.
Yes,
it's someone who has driven the ship. The kid from Flight of the Navigator.
Oh, Larry?
I couldn't remember his name.
No, I don't know his name either.
The Last Starfighter.
Yeah,
I couldn't
that's
remember
a
his
great
name.
one.
Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica. And Will Smith in Independence Day. I'm pretty sure Will Smith had to reach into like some goo where the gear shifts would be and like...
Oh, yeah, he super flew that spaceship.
But I don't remember his name from the show.
Well,
So I wouldn't put my name in the hat if I was me.
No, but these are great remembrances of pilots.
There you go.
It's kind of an honorarium of those pilots.
Exactly.
Amber, what's this week's Play Along at Home question?
All right. This one is 4 fantasy authors. Name 4 fantasy authors.
So this is perfect because next week's trivia questions are all art and literature based. And so it's kind of a literature based question. So one more time for those in the back.
Name 4 fantasy authors. So
Okay.
you have to determine, I guess, what is a fantasy genre. It's not sci-fi necessarily.
All right. And you'll be able to answer this question on our Facebook or our Instagram page when Amber posts that question, or you can send us an email at segmentscast@gmail.com.
Correct.
Segment 6, the wrap-up.
We want to thank you guys for joining us. We want to hear from you. You can leave us feedback about any of those news stories, our trivia questions, etc.
I've got some feedback, Amber.
Okay.
I think I need to narrow it down to maybe like 4 stories. I think I had too many stories.
Well, let us know, people. What do you think? You could try.
I could try doing 4 great stories instead
Okay.
of, quality over quantity.
Okay.
Just an idea I had.
Okay. We want to hear from you. Yeah, you can do that feedback on Instagram, Facebook, or an email at segmentscast.
At gmail.com.
Yeah.
You can look us up and subscribe on your podcast player of choice. Share the show with others. That's the way people find out about the show and they live better lives. We want to say thank you to Emma for the logo and the graphics. And we want to say thank you to Gabriel, EDM Samurai, for the intro and outro music. Yeah, I'm
Those were 2 different sound effects.
Yeah, I'm definitely not getting a cord so Amber can plug her phone into the soundboard. That's some more feedback I've got for us.
Okay. No! Oh my gosh, what? No! Oh my gosh.